My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to give you my bets for UFC 291. But before I do, let's look at the wild success that was UFC London. My bets crushed. Jacob's bets crushed. His lock of the week hit at plus 190. All of our fantasy stuff hit, and so did the safety parlay. 2 weeks in a row, that's at about a 68% clip. That's a premium member only thing. And speaking of premium members, look at the wild success that they have had. Our premium members have sent us over $37,000 in winning tickets from UFC London. This isn't a year's worth of tickets. This isn't 6 months worth of tickets. This is one event's worth of tickets from premium members only. These are people who are tweeted us, DM'd us, tagged us, said, I'm a premium member. I won this. Thank you guys so much. Join them. It's only $10 a month. $10 a month. And it's not just copy-paste bets. I'm about to give you most of my bets. I'm going to give you a couple of Jacobs. There's a whole bunch of other bets available for premium members, but it's not just about that. It's also about the tools, like the line movement tracker. This is going to give you opening odds, current odds, win probability, and the line movement for every single fighter on the card. There's also detailed data, metrics, analytics, raw notes, everything you could ever need to make money watching these fights. And here's the proof. $37,000 worth of tickets from one event. If you go to the event before that, I have the exact same tickets. The event before that, the exact same thing. Premium members have absolutely been crushing it. Join them. It's freaking $10 a month. Let's talk about my bets. This is what we got going on this week. First of all, we'll talk about most confident favorites and solid underdogs. Favorite-wise, this is going to be a weird card. And honestly, here's my warning to you. Pay-per-views have been sketchy. The most obvious pay-per-views have actually been the sketchiest of cards this year. So this may be that type situation. Marcos Rogerio de Lima, one of my most confident people on this entire card. And I'm going to show you my bet in a second. But the reality is, I think Derek Lewis is done. He's older. He doesn't care anymore. If he doesn't get that big one punch, that's kind of it for him. And Marcos Rogerio de Lima just beat a really top prospect up-and-comer in that division. He's looking good. He's big. He's a good striker. He's got grappling as well. Jake Matthews, listen, in his last fight, looked like trash. What I can take away from that last fight, though, is he is tough. He was dropped a few times and still hung in there, worked it to a decision. His opponent has about 2 minutes of terrifying, and then after that, Jake should be able to take over. We watched him weather the storm in the last fight. He should be able to weather the storm in this fight. Gabriel Bonfim, another one of my incredibly confident favorites. Frankly, the safety parlay for this week was going to be Bobby Green and Gabriel Bonfim, and the only reason I didn't do it is because Jacob scared me on Gabriel, saying, well, Trevin Giles is really athletic. This is at elevation. We don't know. So I left him out of the safety parlay, but I still think Gabriel Bonfim gets this done. He has always been better than his brother, so if you want to do the whole, well, his brother sucks. He's better than his brother. He wrestles. He grapples a lot more than his brother does, and he's got the strike. And then Bobby Green. This is a twofold pick. I do think Bobby Green's very good. He's got very good striking, high volume output. He has wrestling if he needs it. But also, I think Tony Ferguson is done. I think he was done a few fights ago. Justin Gaethje took the life out of that man. He has not been the same since that fight. He's lost 5 in a row. And I understand these are 5 ranked guys in the planet, 5 top 10 guys in the world. I totally get that. And then Jacob and others love to say, he looked really good against Chandler. Yeah, before his brains were turned to mush and oozed out of his ears with that knockout. The reality is Tony Ferguson at one point in time was one of the best guys on the planet. Too much damage. Too much damage. He's not the same. He will be dangerous in this fight, as he always has been. He'll look sharp at times, but I think Bobby Green is going to get that done. Very confident in him. And a couple of solid underdogs. You could actually argue that every single underdog on this card could win. Genuinely. People are arguing like crazy that Tony's going to win. You could argue every single underdog on this card has a chance to win. But here's 2 of the more realistic ones, in my opinion. You notice Michel Pereira is not on this list. I do think the cardio is an issue, regardless of how long he's been at elevation. Justin Gaethje at plus 124. The reality is, Justin Gaethje is very good. Justin Gaethje just beat arguably the best striker in this division. Justin Gaethje has a college wrestling background. So Justin Gaethje is a very good underdog pick. Yes, this is a rematch, and yes, he was stopped in the first fight, but that was years ago. A lot can change in 4 years. So Justin Gaethje, very good underdog at plus 124. And you'll notice I don't have a bet on Dustin Poirier at all. Then we have Michael Chiesa. Here's the reality. I do have a bet on Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland should light this guy up. Michael Chiesa's at the desk. Michael Chiesa's working on the next phase of his career. But Michael Chiesa is so one-dimensional with the wrestling that it could actually work for him. If he's just going to dive at legs and just be that boring wet blanket, let me get the legs, let me get the legs, let me get the legs, he could win this fight. Now, if he's going to dance around and try to strike with Kevin Holland, he's going to have problems. But we know Kevin Holland can't defend the takedown to save his life. So let's just hope Kevin Holland lights him up. But Michael Chiesa is actually a solid underdog. And if you threw these two together, you know what? Maybe I'm going to do that. Maybe when I'm done filming this video, I might do a quarter of a unit. A unit for me is $100. A $25 Justin Gaethje Michael Chiesa parlay. That'll be a very, very solid payout, and that'll protect me against some of my bets. And let's look at those bets. I got 3 money lines. Marcos Rogerio de Lima. You'll see that I beat the line on every single one of these. Now, does that mean these are going to hit? No. Does that mean I got incredible closing line value? Yes. Does that mean if you're a premium member, you also got incredible closing line value? Of course it does. We got Marcos Rogerio de Lima, minus 129. That's over a week I placed that bet. A week ago. Minus 129. He is now minus 238. At one point, he was all the way up to minus 250. I talked through all the reasons why I'm confident in him. Matt Semmelsberger, minus 150. He's now minus 200. I think Matt Semmelsberger is going to wrestle. We know he's got a chin. We know he's super tough. So I don't see Uros Medic putting him out. So I think then Matt Semmelsberger, you're going to realize he's losing the striking exchanges and then start to wrestle. Then we got Kevin Holland. I mentioned I have the bet on him. Got him at minus 140. Not a ton of movement there, but still a little bit of movement. I think Kevin Holland is just much better than Michael Chiesa everywhere except takedowns. So if he can defend the takedowns, he absolutely wins this fight. And then I got a couple of round line props. I got Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje over 2.5 rounds. Another one beat the line. The reality is both of these guys are incredibly tough. Like, when have we seen Dustin Poirier get smoked? When have we seen Justin Gaethje get smoked? It has been a very long time that we've seen that happen to them outside of a title fight. Okay, Khabib beat Justin Gaethje. Fine. Charles Oliveira beat them both. Fine. But the reality is, these two fighting each other, neither one of them are prolific finishers, and both of them are incredibly tough. I think over 2.5 makes a lot of sense. Michael Chiesa Holland, also over 2.5. I grabbed that one. I do believe it, but I grabbed that one because the plus 140 was solid. You're actually going to get better odds on that at plus 165. So I did not beat the line movement on that one, but I did highlight what the line is now, because if you want to grab that, that's solid, because Michael Chiesa is a tough guy. He's not a guy that you're just going to get the hell out of there, right? Vicente Luque submitted him, but didn't knock him out. Kevin Holland, also very tough. I mean, look at Marvin Vettori at 185. Took him down, beat him up, took him down, beat him up, but the dude hung tough. He was there. So I do think this fight goes a little longer. Even if Chiesa's getting all the takedowns, Kevin should survive. And even if Kevin's lighting up Michael Chiesa, he's pretty tough. But only a quarter of a unit on that one, because that could go in all directions. And then we have a female fight with an even round line. Maverick Cachera over 2.5 rounds. Again, this is another fight. Neither one of these women are wild finishers. Obviously, Cachera is coming off a finish, so that sounds a little insane. But neither one of them are just dominating, beating the piss out of people, putting them away early. Neither one. They both have a couple of finishes, and they're also both incredibly tough. This is a recipe for over 2.5, especially Maverick. She's coming off, she's stepping up on short notice here. She could have early success, start to slow down, start to gas, get takedowns, and just camp out. So half a unit on the minus 115 over 2.5. I do have a couple of parlays as well. An over 1.5 round parlay. I mean, I guess I didn't realize how exposed I was to overs until right now, but I did Bonfim Giles and Semmelsberger Medic over 1.5 rounds. I explained the Semmelsberger Medic one. I think Semmelsberger is just going to be shooting takedowns, wrestling like crazy. I do believe that'll go over 1.5 rounds. Bonfim Giles, that one's a little riskier, but Trevin Giles is insanely tough. This guy is tough as hell. He's not somebody you're just going to take down and submit in 5 seconds. He's not even easy to take down, let alone do it that quickly. So quarter of a unit on that parlay. That is plus 204. And then I have a chalk parlay. Gabriel Bonfim, Jake Matthews, minus 119. I have a half unit on that. And the safety parlay is minus 135. If you're a premium member, you have access to everything, including the safety parlay. And here's just a little teaser for Jacob. He has 9 units, but I am filming this before the takedown props drop, before the weigh-ins, before the significant strikes props drop. Significant strikes prop bets drop. Why does that sentence sound so weird? Anyway, he's going to have far more than this. Here's just a quick sample. Alex Pereira, his lock of the week. He got him at dead even money, plus 100. He has 1.5 units on him. Michel Pereira, plus 155. Jacob is convinced that he's been at elevation, that he's in shape, he's ready to go. Wonder Boy's 41 years old, and he's very confident in Michel Pereira. And then Gabriel Bonfim, this is one of Jacob's prop bets, wins by round 1 submission, plus 300. I obviously hope that misses, because I have bet the opposite of that. Then you got 7 more units for premium members. Guys, I want to send you $50. Just go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our betting partners, and I will send you $50 as a thank you. It's affiliate marketing. They're going to pay me. I'm going to break off a chunk of that money, and I'm going to give it right back to you. It's that simple. The only thing you need to do is use our link on the page and make a deposit. Once you do those 2 things, I send you $50. wewantpicks.com/bets. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. I will send you $50. You can use that $50 to become a premium member. You're going to get access to the line movement tracker. You're also going to get access to not only myself and Jacob, but Artem and the Pick Doctor. It's not just us putting out picks, bets, and more. All of this and everything I haven't mentioned is available to you at only $10 a month. Not an event, a month. Just go to wewantpicks.com, click Become a Member at the top.